She's also a speaker, a teacher, and a coach. And one of her greatest claims to fame is that she stayed with the same man for 47 years. So welcome to the studio, Felicia. Do you like the way I said that? So they haven't actually been married for 47 years, but she's been with him. So I said it in a different way, right?
You did. We started as dance partners. That's how we learned how to get along together.
You did? What kind of dance?
Ballroom dancing.
So what was your favorite?
Oh, we were really, really good at the waltz, but we had a terrific cha-cha. And it was just, and we were serious. Like we had full-time jobs, and we were about 30 hours a week at ballroom dance practice. And we just, when you dance with someone, you really get to know them up close.
How did you become partners? Did you meet him there, or did you go there with him?
I went to a wedding and watched my aunt and uncle dance. And I said, wow, that looks like fun. I think I'll do that. And called a dancing studio, and they didn't answer the phone. So I called another one, and they did. So I wound up there. And that's where Brian was a dancer. And so we got to know each other through there. And there were not many available single men, which is why I figured I would take him, because I didn't really like him all that much. And that was a great place to start. Like there was no romantic interest in there to, make things get funky. So we just really worked hard at our dancing together, and we were very, very much professional. We worked hard. We showed up. And I later found out that if I hadn't been on time, he never would have continued dancing with me. And so I just think that you never really know the importance of being on time until years later. So
like the first night, someone paired you up and then you stayed?
I thought it was all prearranged. I was at the dancing studio, and they said, well, there's this guy, I think that you'd make good partners. And so they sat us together at this ballroom banquet.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, there he is. It's been all set up. I sat next to him. I started to talk. We got friendly. We started to talk on the telephone. I didn't find out for years that he had no idea that they had set us up. And so I just assumed that they had told him what they told me. This is a really good dance partner for you. You guys will do well together. So, and it is, it's a terrific way to get to know somebody, is to have a hobby with them. Yeah. I highly recommend it.
But it was kind of random. So had you danced before, either of you, or were you learning from scratch?
He started dancing about a year before me, which was perfect, because in that style of dance, the male has a lot of leading that is done. And so it was great that he was a year ahead of me.
And did you do any competing or anything, or you just did? You did?
Yeah, we did. Hold on. Don't go away.
Did you have the outfits and the whole thing?
I don't know if you can see this, but here's us at a competition. And Brian, the number pasted on his back.
Yeah.
And I've got, a fancy costume on, and we started winning, and we won competitions, and we beat the U.S. American waltz champion in the waltz. And I'm certain if we had not been winning, we would have not stayed together, but we were winning. So we stuck it out.
So was it like beginners people, or was it like the champions of the world? Do you know what I mean? Like
it was not, they divide ballroom into professional and amateur.
Okay.
And so we were in the amateur side of things.
Because sometimes they pair you up. Like I know my niece was paired up with with the teacher from the studio.
Right. That's called pro-am.
Oh, okay.
Position.
Okay. So you were am.
We were am, yeah, and we did that too, and that's pretty fun. Then that's more like Dancing with the Stars, where you've got a professional partner that take care of the choreography and all that stuff.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay.